Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Black Rose Society, a game of swashbuckling action, suspenseful intrigue, and trauma. Just so much trauma, all set in the world of 7C. My name is Dan McCurdy. You can find me at RevDMC247 on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, and if you find me anywhere else, please tell me how to get home. I'm horribly lost. I will allow my players to introduce themselves, starting with Alastriona.
Hello, I'm Abby, or Dat Bardic Charm, on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. I don't think I'm anywhere else. Am I anywhere else? It's fine. It's fine. And tonight I will be playing Alastriona Toran, Inishmore soldier, bodyguard to Verity, and she was hurting, so she was taking a nap. But we're back.
Hi, I'm Chandler. I'm playing Arnau. I also go by Kingdom on all the internet spaces. If you see me in one of the very many spaces that I am out there, hi. You can find me on Blue Sky sometimes, not very often. You can find me on well, really nowhere at this point. Instagram, you can find me there. And today I am playing Arnau Cecero, the duelist spy.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? I am Bell Comedy. I will be playing Demetrius Penn, mercenary of Adachi, who is might shoot a shot today. So we'll see how that plays out. And I will and if you want to follow me, Bell Comedy on all the things, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. But let me bring it on down to Mouse. Right there.
Yeah. I am Rage Mouse on the things that exist, and I play Verity Laurys, who might need to apologize for some things and was 100% within her rights in some others. Take it away.
I am at Farm Grown Nerd. You can find me on most socials in the search bar, and if you search it and it's not there, that means I'm not there. I am playing Nikoletta von Richter, the Eisner nobility, a slight Hexenwerker. Good Hexenwerker, I promise.
In our last episode, Nikoletta, who absolutely had not been misbehaving in any way, shape, or form, had been kidnapped by Quincy Barrow, who had showed signs of being subject to some of the theories that she had been working on in her earlier days as a Hexen worker, theories that she believed had been abandoned and destroyed, but apparently had been done on him. She therefore had agreed to meet with him and took a hit to the back of the head and was promptly kidnapped. Probably no one saw that coming. Anyway, the rest of the party got together to go out and find her, with the exception, of course, of poor Alastriona, who, in helping run a horde of ghouls away from the city of Posen, had gotten very, 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 very beat up, and so was unconscious in an inn while most of this was happening. They managed to find Nikoletta, who also, during the time that they were searching for her, managed to discover some of the things that were wrong with the experiments that had been run, things she would have found if she'd ever done human experimentation, but she didn't, because that was unethical. But now in a situation where it had to be done in order to help someone, she did, and she helped the one who had kidnapped her and who had sent a whole lot of ghouls after the rest of the party, though she didn't know that yet. Upon being reunited with her party, who had been torn apart by visions and images of Nikoletta calling for help and being pulled in multiple different directions, finally they found her, and there was a little bit of tension as they all come back together, which partially stemmed from Demetrius also getting the ever-loving snot kicked out of him and being, what was it, one minor wound away from unconsciousness. By the time they all got back together, they did manage to get back to Posen and to get on a river ship and head towards the city of Freiburg, from which they will look for land transportation to the city of Richtersburg, where the Castle von Richter stands, the ancestral home of the von Richter family. But for how long? There's some questions that need to be asked. Now, we begin with Alastriona. So, Alastriona, in your time as a soldier, you have fought a lot of fights, and usually you come out on top of those fights. And you came out on top of this one too, but days later, you're wondering if the survivors were the lucky ones after that particular encounter. The ever loving. How often has Alastriona been hurt that bad? Do you think?
I mean, she's been a soldier pretty much her entire adult life. I'd say she's probably gotten near death at least a couple of times. She's seen quite a bit of war.
Okay. Also, when do you think Alastriona knew when the party was going after Nikoletta, or do you think they would have needed to keep that from her in order to get her to get the rest she needed?
I have a feeling she had no clue simply because she was so close to like death. Once everybody got to what she assumed was a safe spot, she just literally fell and was probably unconscious for a while.
Okay. As all that's happening, and you manage to finally get some rest, and then you're awoken and told that the riverboat that you all are going to take to the city of Freiburg is about to depart. As you were being brought out from the inn, you would have walked out and seen Verity and Nikoletta in a duelist circle, in a duel using pistols. When it came time to draw, Nikoletta dropped hers. And Verity, instead of shooting Nikoletta, shot that pistol, destroying it, and then declared the duel over. Now, a lot of people got pretty beat up on that trip, including Demetrius. And so, in general, I'm going to say the party has spent a fair amount of time just recouping, recovering, and giving each other as much room to breathe and to think things through as you can on a not very big riverboat. But you are Verity's woman's woman, and so would there have been any point in this where you might have gone to her for a bit of a catch-up?
Probably just like shuffle over. What the fuck was that?
How much time?
Let's call this, she would still have needed more recovery time, so we're going to call it a 3-day boat trip from Posen to Freiburg. So we'll say this is somewhere midway, or early day 3.
Okay, then she would have been more specific. So all that shit with the shooting, what the fuck was that?
Alastriona. Nikoletta ran away.
Why?
Something about skin.
Was it important?
Not really.
Was it important to her?
It was that it was more important than our lives.
Doesn't quite sound like Nikoletta.
It does not. I was surprised. But
Must
it
have been
doesn't change that she made me unable to keep a promise to someone else.
Well, how does that work?
I
Her
was
actions-
supposed to protect her, and she runs away.
So when is our duel?
Did I run away from you?
No, but I've run away. And you haven't asked me to duel. Seems a little hypocritical, don't you think?
It's up to you to ask me in that situation. Do you wish to have that satisfaction?
I don't. But it seems that you seem to not like it when people run away from you. So I'm just not
No,
sure what the difference between
I
me
don't
and
like it when I take on something that requires an understanding between the two. And she broke that. And now Demetrius thinks that I just flounced my responsibility to protect someone.
How do you know that?
Well, there was lots of screaming.
Just gonna nod. Has Demetrius said that he's upset with you?
There was lots of screaming.
That really doesn't narrow it down, given Demetrius's proclivity with women.
It wasn't that kind of screaming.
You're the one not being specific.
You really think in the middle of a fight with a bunch of zombies and shooting Nikoletta and etc.
Nope. Oh fuck, there were zombies. Listen,
Is that what you were
I was
actually
asleep.
asking about? I thought you were asking about when I tried to shoot her.
I'm asking about all of it, really, but I don't know if people will be as upset with you as you think. Maybe he was scared for Nikoletta, but
There's been some time. I've been staying away from both of them.
How's that working for you?
It's been quiet.
Maybe we all needed a little bit of quiet.
Well, I hear there's a lot of it in Eisen.
No. So you all fought some zombies. Nikoletta went running off to go take care of something important to her. They were screaming from Demetrius. What was Arnau doing?
Who even knows?
What was Asgeir doing?
Oh, he threw a boulder?
That sounds about right.
It took out many zombies. He was very useful.
Ah. Okay. So you all were able to get Nikoletta back, able to defeat the zombies. And everyone's still pissed off?
Well, the skin man got away, and I believe she helped him.
Skin man?
Yes, the man with the things on his skin that was so important.
Interesting. Right. And she's going to just kind of stand up, go, we'll ask Nikoletta about it. She's going to go find Nikoletta.
Where would Nikoletta have been hanging out?
Wherever she has a private space to sit there and poke at the gun. Try to figure out if there's a way she can manipulate it back together somehow.
Okay. So probably in your quarters. There are very small quarters, but private quarters. This is a riverboat that occasionally takes passengers. And so, Alastriona, you know the basically broom closet that Nikoletta is sleeping in.
So yeah, she's sitting at a table. Just use your imagination.
I assume door closed.
Mm-hmm.
Then just a.
It is open.
I'm gonna go on in. Hello there.
Alastriona. Hello. How are you? Are you feeling better?
I'm doing a lot better now. You all right?
I'll be fine, provided I can try to get this fixed before we get back to the castle. Otherwise, my father will probably skin me.
All right. So that tells me that you're not fine, how you answered.
I'll be fine. Alastriona, I do appreciate the concern. What is the matter?
Well, I want to understand what happened. I was kind of out of it for a toll. And Verity was saying something about a skin man.
Quincy.
I'm not here to make waves with you. I just want to know what the hell was going on.
There was some research that I tried to conduct many years ago to see if I could maybe harness the power of Hexa to create not undead, but to try to give life and see if maybe I could make people's lives better. But it reached a point where the only way to move forward would have been human trial, and human trial would have been wildly unethical. So I thought I destroyed it. We came across this man in a tavern, and he bore the markings of that research on his face.
How the fuck did that happen?
And that was what I went to find out. And then he clocked me over the head, the bastard, and took me into that stupid cavern.
Ah, so you weren't one running away.
I
Oh.
didn't say it.
You were a little bit, but you didn't leave completely of your own free will.
I had to go speak to him. He said to come alone. It is my family's reputation that was on the line. He had proof that I had done work on Hexa, and I can't have that.
Aye,
That is my family's name on the line.
aye. Aye, you don't need to convince me of that.
And I appreciate the understanding.
Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck y'all were up to while I was asleep.
I went to help a dying man, essentially, is what happened. There was a rather lot of screaming. I'm surprised you didn't hear it. It's like it was from multiple sources. It was very.
That's what I keep hearing
odd.
about. A lot of screaming.
Well,
How
that might have been something that I did, but I was trying to help.
You made the screaming happen.
Technically, yes. It's in the process of trying to cure him of his slow rotting, because he was slowly rotting. It smelled absolutely horrible. There was things that needed to be done. I warned him it was going to hurt, and he, like a standard man, I can handle it. No, you can't. And I was screaming.
So Verity was saying that there was screaming from Demetrius. Apparently you were making another man scream. A lot of screaming men around here.
It seems to be catching, yes.
Alastriona's just kind of sitting here like, okay, I'm not understanding the problem, but
Her
Verity
problem,
seems to take
if
you
you- if
leave
it's-
personally.
Demetrius went. He's one of the best runners my father has ever known. He's one of the best runners that Ison has ever known. He went to go run a horde away from the tracks that we needed to.
Yeah, I was
that we
there
needed
for
to
that.
walk over.
That's why I got hurt.
Exactly. And while you were all doing that, I was busy slipping out the back door of an apothecary to go meet with this Quincy. Verity took it personally. She had promised Demetrius that she would protect me. I do not blame her. I wish she hadn't shot my mother's gun.
Oh, that's what your mother's gun?
Yeah. My father's not going to be very happy about this.
Is that what you're working on right now?
Yeah. I'm no gunsmith, but I thought maybe if I could get it into a relatively put together appearing thing, then I could perhaps avoid the earful. I don't think that's going to happen.
So, a wonderful storyteller.
Yes.
Could I spend a hero point to repair her gun?
Yes, with that ability that you have, you look at the pieces, and Nikoletta is a very fastidious and a completionist, basically, and she got all of the pieces, and you can see where it broke. And with some stuff you have on hand, little pieces that you keep around, it is not the original gun. Because some parts of it just were destroyed, but that's like some screws and things like that. You're able to take what you have and work it together, and you are able to, fresh as new, at least by appearances, reconstruct her mother's pistol. If anything, it's probably a little bit better than that now, because this pistol was made a few decades ago, and pistol craft has gotten better since then.
She would have taken all the parts and she would have asked permission first, like, can I try?
I'll be impressed if you can do anything for us. I've been fiddling with this nonsense for the past 2 days. She just sits there, like, hands it to her, like, eh.
You'd be surprised what I can do. She'll just sit there and work on it for as long as it takes, and once it's finally all put together, just sort of lift it and present it to Nikoletta. Might even be better than when it was, if I do say so myself.
Based on what it's called, it is masterpiece quality.
She takes the pistol from you, almost reverently, just kind of staring at it for a minute, sets it down very gently, and in very un-Nikoletta fashion, rushes over and gives you a quick hug, like a tight, tight hug. I don't think you understand what that means to me. Thank you, Alastriona.
Alastriona would be very surprised and kind of like that like shocked moment of like, oh, that's happening, and would return the embrace and just kind of give a pat on the back. Of course. Seemed like it meant a lot to you.
Hard pat, and she backs off. My mother passed away about 17 years ago, so yes, it does matter to me.
Well, hopefully Verity doesn't get mad about it. But
that is a good point. She finds a place to hide it.
Seems a shame to have such a nice pistol be in pieces like that.
My father would agree with you. And I most certainly do as well. Thank you.
Of course. I've got some things to tell you all too, so whenever we're able to get all together,
I'll get dressed.
All right. After a little bit of time, Alastriona is able to kind of gather everyone together, saying that she's got some stuff to share. Real quick, where would Arnau have been hanging out on this particular riverboat?
So Arnau, because that has been finished for the last little bit. At the behest of the Viking, has been learning to sail. So he's been working with the crew to make certain that he's been working with the crew, sort of integrating himself with the crew to practice his sailing skills, so that way, he would no longer have his friend on his back about that. So he's been working with the crew, trying to make that a thing. Also, to sort of gossip with the crew, sort of see what's been going on in Isen politically. Because I know while most of everyone is dead.
So it's not that everyone is dead. It's that it's much more of a World War Z type feel where everyone's in very specific enclaves. But a lot of those enclaves are still cities and are doing all right by themselves. The big news of late has been that the Duke of Heinzel recently got married to a peasant girl from near the Freiburg area. She was captain of a company of mercenaries and was doing very well for herself, had become just a very well-respected soldier, had trained a small group of mercenaries to be some of the best zombie fighters in the land. And the Duke married her basically to put her in a position to put her in command of basically the forces of the entire western part of Isen. And rumor has it, there's been some talk of potentially reinstating of reunification of Isen and having all the little enclaves coming together. That's mostly talk at this point. She needs her army to have a little bit more success before anyone in the Eastern holds will take it too seriously. But that's some of the talk that's been going on there. Also, as you are hanging out with the sailors, there are the occasional attacks on the boat. Not hordes or anything, but the occasional stragglers. Sometimes you go under the branches of a tree and something falls out. Would you have been participating in repelling these attacks?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Just to see how you do, this is kind of one roll over the course of the trip. Give me your either brawn or finesse, whatever you're fighting with, and your weaponry.
4 raises.
4. On 4, you do not gain any wounds. You are a very proficient fighter, and your style, your Leaguester Crash, is particularly effective against individual zombies. And so you're able to just kind of repel them pretty quick, and you feel like you're gaining the respect of the crew. They're not used to having particularly noble passengers who actively participate in the defense of the ship. Most of them tend to stay in the underdecks, and so you're doing pretty well in picking up word. Demetrius, you also got the ever-loving snot kicked out of you. Where would you have been hanging out in this time?
Recovering mostly, definitely. After he was serviceable to walk around, he probably would have bothered Nikoletta for the blade.
Oh.
And if he received that back, he probably would have just been practicing over, assuming whenever like Asgeir's passed out and snoring loudly, that's when he's practicing how he's going to speak, and then eventually probably right before Freiburg attempt to talk to Verity, but actively avoiding her until
Okay. So
okay, now we're here.
So Verity, you have seen he can't avoid you entirely. It's not a big boat. However, Demetrius has been giving you room. Demetrius, is this active avoidance, or is this just if she's in the room you don't look that way type?
No, not active avoidance, but like more holding off on what he actually wants to say, who actually wants to have a conversation. But like I said, small boat. So
the sun is rising in the east. There's word that you should be in Freiburg probably in another hour. Verity, have you been mostly sticking to your room, or have you been up on the deck participating in defense stuff too? What have you been up to?
If no one was up there, she would take advantage, but she would be avoiding them actively. She'd be actively avoiding everyone. That's why Alastriona had like a day and a half before she was able to catch me to even ask.
Okay. So you would also be hearing probably about an hour till we're there, and in your room or on the deck. He's looking for you, so your choice.
Deck.
All right. Demetrius, you see Verity up on the deck, probably watching the sunrise.
Hey, Verity. Do you have a minute to talk?
I really do not feel like screaming right now.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about. I wanted to apologize for yelling at you. And I hope you know I don't blame you. I was very tense. And you did more than enough, and you've did everything you could to get Nikki back. So me coming at you like that was not right. And I sincerely apologize.
Apology accepted.
And he has this large wooden box. So I've been wanting to give this to you for a while, and I was really enough of nothing. I had like a good 3 options on how I was going to make it a whole show to present such a gift. But of course, that's a little bit more Demetrius Penn. And I kind of want you to know me. And he opens the box and revealing the Mastercraft parrying dagger.
And this is beautiful work. You are Montanian. You know guild and something that's been made pretty for the sake of being pretty. And while this is a beautiful blade, you can immediately tell that it is
cleaned it. It cleaned up. Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
the whole time I forgot there was an eyeball stuck to it. And he reaches down, kind of washes it. All right. One more
I
time.
reminded everyone that she stabbed some eyeball with it last time.
Should have
Just so you know, chat.
just. Sorry about that. But
It is both gorgeous and obviously very functional.
And
And-
clean.
Perfectly suited to your dueling school.
By way of Asgeir, on my commission, I know you don't really need my protection, but I would like to give this to you. As someone as skilled as you are, deserves a parrying blade to match the masterpiece that is you. Verity, I don't really think this is something that a Montaigne girl, from, like you said, expectations, I would be interested in. But if you'll have me, I would like to be with you until you are no longer happy with me.
And how many others will I be sharing you with?
Surprisingly, as cliche as it sounds, I only have eyes for you.
She'd be like holding the dagger, like, what an interesting way to go about this. Like, here, have a weapon.
You who are very good with stabbing people, have something with which to stab me.
I hear she has competition on the stabbing market.
Look, yeah, I know. You've read the stories, and I assure you, most are true. And they're not even the worst of it. I have a past, and it's very dark. I am trying to be better. But no, can't erase it. You stick with me, everyone will know. Demetrius Penn. And others will know the ghost, which we can talk about that on a later date. But if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to take you out on a date. I actually know a nice little place in Freiburg. I know, you was surprised. Freiburg, nothing nice, but I actually know a nice place.
Yes.
Well now, and round all the dead, something beautiful just happened.
Verity, as you are holding the dagger and claim it, basically, and accepting, you feel a weird sort of heat coming from it.
Giggity.
That's as far as we could go. That was that's the limit.
I'm sorry.
They,
That was
they,
a
they,
lot
they
of
straight
dramatic
faced
emotion.
as long as they could. I'm proud of you.
We were so determined to have that as serious as possible. That's all we've got.
We got that far. And as soon as you feel it, it's gone. It's it might have just been a flick of your imagination, but a sensation from it.
But she would totally like take her much less nice knife or dagger, and she would replace it with that one, and then pull her skirt back in place, as her weapons are always obscured by Floey.
All right. As you are able to put that away, we're going to say around this time, folks are all coming together as Alastriona is gathering you.
Again, I do so appreciate this, Alastriona. You.
Well, this is tense.
Well, to be fair, since that's happening right before this, Verity does not look threatening at all right now.
What does Verity
Totally
look
different
like?
place of mind, and no, she is Nikoletta who.
Nikoletta.
she's a little You're lucky she stopped walking.
Verity is floating about 3 feet above the deck right now. It's anyway. All right,
It's
Alastriona.
like, I got a new weapon and a date.
We love that for her.
We do.
We
Still hiding behind Alastriona.
That's fine. It's fine. Nikoletta can hide behind Alice. How tall is Nikoletta?
She's about my height. 5'4".
5'4". Okay. Alice is a little taller. At least.
Hence why I said
Were we actually alone, or did people?
Like I said, not a very big boat, and so odds are Arnau was working really hard to not look like he was listening in, but probably.
No,
heard
I was
every
like,
word.
I think only Arnau is probably out here since she wouldn't
Yeah.
have come out otherwise.
Yeah.
But I had that in my mind. I was like, Arnau's like right here, isn't he? He's just right out of our eye line.
Pretend I'm not here.
Arnau is somehow vacuuming
He's
the river.
masquerading as a potato.
Just ignore me. I'll be mopping up these body parts from the zombie I killed earlier. Just ignore me.
Keep going. You're doing great.
You're doing a great job. Curb stomp.
Like when Demetrius delivers a solid line, he's just like, hold on.
oh, that's really good.
I should have said that. I should have said that to the.
Should have said it to Ezekiel.
said
I need to get
Ezekiel.
notes from Demetrius.
Good God. Good God, that was smooth.
Alastriona, for the third time, has gathered.
She's trying to herd these cats. God,
Come on.
come here.
You're on a tiny boat. How is it this hard to keep the parties from separating?
I'm gonna leash you all. Putting balloons on. Okay. All right. So once everybody has gathered, I can't stop. We got this.
We are professionals.
We are something. All right. So once everybody has gathered around, Nikoletta behind her, and just, and just everybody is here. Alastriona's gonna go. All right. So I told y'all I would tell you where I was and how I got to Ison before y'all. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to quite yet. I was trying not to be dead.
I thought you were going to keep avoiding the subject for the near and foreseeable future until it was
Why would I
revealed
do
at a
that?
dramatically appropriate time.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Seems like a very Alastriona thing to do.
There's a couple things I've not been able to talk to you about, and I will stand firm on that. But no, I meant it when I said I'd tell you about what was going on, because it's pretty damn important for what we're doing. Figured out where those fucking black roses came from.
Really? Well,
Vampires.
you see Nicolette has this deadpan look on her face like, no, you don't say.
No, there's a very specific one.
There's
Goes by the name of the Dark Mistress.
It's not very original, but okay.
This
Okay,
sounds like one of the morality plays from
Oh,
Castile.
wait,
You
hold.
can,
Oh, what
Actually,
is the
Arnau,
alphas?
what is your scholarship? Arnau, what is your scholarship? 1. Demetrius, do you have any scholarship? No.
He just
Verity,
knows
do you have any
mistress.
scholarship? 2 and 2. Nikoletta and Verity, both of you have heard tales of a vampire called the Dark Mistress. They're very different tales. The tales that Verity would have heard in Montaigne were of a beautiful woman who was transformed into a vampire, many loves that she had over the course of her life, being hunted, being destroyed. She is technically the villain of her stories, but it's very, very romanticized in the way that these stories are told in Montaigne. Nikoletta, She used to be one of the monsters. Stories of things like holding a feast and inviting beautiful unmarried women from around the countryside, putting them all to death and bathing in their blood in order to keep herself beautiful, that sort of thing. And the only reason that those legends died down in Eisen was because we don't need to tell stories about ghostly vampire women when the dead are literally rising from the grave. Eisen had, like, vampires exist in all lands. They're a monster that's known in all lands, but she was supposed to be a special one. And again, in Montaigne, it was romantic. In Eisen, it was horrifying.
I beg your pardon. The Dark Mistress?
Aye.
This is a horror story. This is the sort of thing that you tell children to keep them inside and make sure they don't sneak out to go get into any nonsense. This is of course it is. Of
Wait.
course it is. Why not? Why not?
Hold on.
It was never nonsense.
So, Nikki, when I told you that your sister was speaking to me,
Yeah.
and I asked, she seemed like she was not in control. And when I said, "Who do you see?" she said she was feeling a statue once, and she's like, "I was like, who?" And the only name she gave me was Mistress.
She said that?
That's what she said.
Well, my research on the roses just got considerably more important.
I fought this woman named Chiara. Fought her with O'Bannon. She was made by this dark mistress.
Was she tough?
She's pretty fucking tough.
Fantastic. Oh dear. All right. I don't suppose you learned from this Chiara about any such lead where she might be or could possibly have gone to?
She wasn't too keen on giving me specifics like that, but it does seem that she was keeping track of me.
Just you?
Well, I think us.
This is even more fantastic. All right.
We keep finding these roses. Seems like we're meant to be, yeah?
I had hoped it was coincidence. I suppose it's too much to hope at this point.
These black roses are associated with vampire lords, and so this dark mistress is one of them.
So, you're telling me that a vampire is able to make a plant into another vampire?
You've literally fought zombies, and you're going to freak out about what vampires can and can't do.
It just sounds a little far-fetched, darling.
Oh, listen. O'Bannon and I fought this Chiara. And this is what I learned about.
All right. So Mistress is attacking us in different ways then. Sarah's telling me that she's being controlled by Mistress. You finding someone who was made by Mistress. We get randomly attacked by undead in locations where we should have been secure. Why us?
Well, there could be a menage of reasons, if we're being honest. Number one, Verity and I are both of noble birth. Alastriona has connection to the O'Bannon, which is still as of yet unexplained and not required to explain either, mind you. We all have a right to our secrets. Arnau is a fairly well-known trader of sorts. Wine, I believe you said, yes?
Yes, wine. There's a traitor, like is in
Yes, I thought you
Trader, duh.
both. Put your hands together.
Both is good. Both is good.
And then Demetrius, I scarcely think there's a soul across Iceland that doesn't know your name. We all have our own individual reasons for
Yes.
being well known.
Just Eisen.
Kind of side-eye just a little bit, doesn't say anything.
Alastriona is just going to look at Nikoletta. O'Bannon is a mentor of mine, of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That is
I
all
mean,
fine,
it's
very
not-
good.
It's not a small thing, of course, but
No, you earn that A however you have to.
I have also had some similar mentorships. I applaud you, Alastriona.
My point is that we are all fairly well known.
Alastriona is actually going to shoot some dagger eyes at the two of them.
What's concerning more so is that we're not, while well known we are, yes, we are not particularly special except that we all have this missive from the Queen. Time to find more connections. Looking for the star charts, yeah?
So the question is Mistress trying to stop us from doing what we're doing with the star charts, or is she using us?
I think the using is more likely.
I'm fairly certain she wanted you, obviously.
Like,
Nikoletta. That is what all of that was about.
true. They're using me. They're using my connection to Sarah, which is one of the reasons Sarah did give me a way for you to communicate with her. However, I don't trust it.
Why do you not trust it?
Because, look, I was a con man. The main thing I will always do was give someone what they want. Give them what they want, and then they feel like it's their idea.
Look,
I know when I'm being played. I played a lot of people.
and so have I. I literally fucked a man for a trade route. Look.
Okay.
All the way from
am
Denver to
I.
Are
Kill.
we trying to? Wait, are we?
I knew it.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm sure that was a good score. But
look. All I'm saying is, it seems a little far-fetched that all of these are necessarily connected to the same one individual. Seems a little wide-ranging to say that an experimental hexenwork monster made in a land where experimental hexenworkers just happen to have committed various war crimes exist, being tied to a vampire queen who traditionally vampires are not associated necessarily with hexenwork to my knowledge specifically. And then additionally, like, obviously Alastriona was connected to this dark mistress, and that was her issue. But you're saying that that was connected, and we have no reason to actually figure that at this point in time, aside from
go ahead.
Aside from the fact that she was just kidnapped, which, let's face it, Nikoletta's a noble. Nobles get kidnapped all the time. They have money. Ransom could be involved. It just so happened that he didn't need to demand a ransom for her
No,
because she had the things that he
she
needed.
willingly went with him.
No, I did not. What makes you think that?
You left the city on your own. When you
I
left
wa-
the walls, you went with him. I don't care what he did to you. After you went with him, you went with him.
I met him outside the wall, Verity, and he knocked me
Alone,
unconscious.
without anyone.
If you're going to be angry, then be angry. I can't stop you. Arnau, Quincy did tell me that he was sent to take me, but that he wanted help. And as long as I helped him, and showed him this, and she pulls out the patch that Edmund gave her. She tucks it back. He said he would help.
All right. So then in that case,
just
maybe
real
it is-
quick on the patch, Demetrius and Verity. This is the first. Well, this is the first any party members are seeing it, and Demetrius and Verity would both recognize it as patches that musketeers give to people who are close to them, so other musketeers will know to help them.
Right. So Quincy was a musketeer. All right.
At one point, yes.
What I'm saying is, at one point.
Well, you can
How old
hardly.
is- How old is the like? Because I think there's one thing now. Vampires seem like no matter where you go, we got vampire stories. They got vampire stories in Vadachi, but they're very different. And if this mistress is someone real, which I think it is, there's no coincidence that Alastriona's fucking with someone from the mistress. I'm getting talked to by a dead woman who's saying she works for the mistress. That's too many coincidences. And now randomly this random dude, all this. You're not feeling the play? Does anyone feel like we're being played a little bit?
Oh, you're not alone in that thought.
I just simply feel there has to be something binding them together more than just one mistress.
Yeah. No, I get that. This should be a bit one person, this is a lot. It's a lot of coordination for just one. Even if she's very old and very smart. Logistically, we've been going all over the world.
Around this time, you all would hear the person up in the crow's nest announcing that they're about to round the bend, coming into Freiburg. Those of you, the folks who spend any amount of time in Eisen, you know that various swarms tend to stay close to cities because that's where people are. And so this is the most dangerous part of the trip, was when you depart one settlement and sail into another one. But turning around right now, it looks like Freiburg does not have much in the way of any swarms around it. And as you all pull around the bend and you start going in, the massive river gates open up, allowing you into the beautiful Eisener city of Freiburg. It's one of the more, it's landlocked except for the river. And it is far enough to the east that its trade relations are primarily with the Samartian Commonwealth and Usura. Some Vadachans come out here on trade. That's actually what brought Demetrius out this way in the first place. But as it pulls in, it looks like, it's not big by any imagination. It's definitely a city, but not like a massive one. But for some of you, particularly Arnau, who've been led to believe that Eisen has almost been completely depopulated, this on top of Posen makes you realize there's a fair amount more trade here than you were probably given to expect. The riverboat pulls up to the docks, and folks are starting to get off trade that's being done on the riverboat. And the captain brings, well, not the captain, but several of the crew go and fetch your various bits of luggage and stuff like that, and bring it out and set it out. And the city of Freiburg is available. There are rooms. There is the main trade hub, which is also a place where you can figure out when the next caravan towards Richtersburg leaves.
Nikoletta will go check that out. Is Arnau wanting to go?
Well, no, Arnau is going to do one last final thing with the crew before he leaves.
Okay, let's hit that then.
He's going to give them a letter with the seal of the Vendel League on it. And he's going to say, deliver this on your return trip to Posen. Deliver this to the Guild Masterin. You will be fairly rewarded for your time. In fact, he's going to go ahead and give him five gold coins. You'll be fairly rewarded for your time. I'm certain he will reward you more when you arrive. It is of great import, so make sure you make your way there as soon as possible. And inside the letter will be the information that he had gotten about the young noble or the young commoner who had been who had been risen to nobility through her marriage, and recommendations on to place funding within the mercenary companies employ to increase their funds and head towards the unification of Eisen, because a unified Eisen means a better trade front for the Vendel League, and an indebted queen would be greatly appreciated by the Vendel League.
Absolutely. All right. That gets all sent out. Nikoletta, what were you doing?
Heading to see the next caravan into Richtersburg.
Okay. You go. Is anyone going with her?
I mean, well, if no one's going with her, then
It's fine, Bug Demetrius. Don't worry about me. I can go to an office just fine.
okay, hold on. If a patchwork face guy shows up or a long lost research shows up out of nowhere,
Says
come
only
back, convene, and then go.
she'll pull him into a quick hug. I won't do it again. I promise.
All right. Squeeze the hug. And
Could Verity have heard that?
Sure.
Cool. Verity's going with her.
Okay.
Okay.
oh, wow. That was not my plan.
You don't have to. All right. Is there something you wish to say, Verity?
No, I'm just going to keep an eye on you.
All right. And they will walk in awkward silence unless Verity has anything she wants to say.
No, the awkward silence was the goal.
Okay.
While they are walking off, Alastriona, what are you doing?
That was not more noble than proper.
I wonder if someone should go with the two of them just to make sure they don't get into a squabble.
Look, I'm a brave man. I'm good.
You know
But I
what?
know
Fair
some good
enough.
spots. You wanna eat?
You know
Arnau?
what? I think you're onto something there. We'll let them work it out. And she's gonna go with Demetrius.
All right. Demetrius, are you heading to your spot?
Yeah, I'm heading to my spot.
Okay. We'll come to you. First, we'll go with Nikoletta and Verity. You walk in awkward silence, as you described it. As you go forward, you find yourselves in this large marketplace. Nikoletta, you know it well. This was where, particularly after Sarah died, you would frequently be the one who came with caravans to do the family trade and stuff like that. Basically anything you can find in Eisen, you can find here, where various people from different settlements come together to trade and then go back to their settlements all at settled time. It happens to be a market day. And so you're able to go around, and then you see the trade office where the various caravans and everything are organized.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you, I don't recognize you from any of the travel logs. Are you looking to head out somewhere?
Yes, into von Richtersburg. Nikoletta von Richter.
Nikoletta?
Yeah.
It is you.
Hello.
I haven't seen you in Freiburg for some time.
I have been away traveling.
Yes, one moment. It's so good to have you back.
It is good to be home.
Goes and he's looking around. Yes, we have a caravan going that way in the morning. They're almost fully loaded up. If you wish them to depart early, I imagine we could arrange it.
Whenever they're departing shall be sufficient. No need to move anything up or down or any such nonsense. Just tell us when to be there.
An hour after sunrise. Long enough for the runners to have pulled away any unpleasantness from the gates. And I'll tell them to add a couple of more if we're sending a von Richter.
Tell them that they are competing against Demetrius Penn.
Now that they would like to hear.
Yeah. What do we owe you?
If you have Demetrius Penn with you, you are more profitable simply by being with the caravan. So nothing owed. His sword alone will pay your way.
Very well. She'll put two gold on the table, slide it over.
But I just thank you.
Well,
Danke.
wealth is spread. Take it.
Danke, Fräulein. So yes, here's a sheet. Any that you have traveling with you, just so I can give the names to the caravan master.
Yeah, and she'll pull out her notebook and make a list of our entire party and hand it over.
Mm-hmm.
This is Miss Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau. She is also in our traveling party.
Madame, welcome to Freiburg.
Merci.
Let's see. Diverse party from the looks of it. All right. I will hand this off to the caravan master, and we will be departing, like I said, from the Eastern Gate about an hour after sunrise.
Guten Tag. Come on, Verity. Let's head back. See, I wonder if Demetrius took some to his spot.
All right. So Alastriona and Demetrius and Arnau, would you have gone along with them after you'd sent the letter off?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Three of you are able to follow towards Demetrius. Describe your spot, this place that you love in the city of Freiburg.
So, kind of near the center of town, downtown, wherever would be the downtown, when the most district would be. Doesn't necessarily come off as the entrance to a tavern, but those in the know, come in, and when you go in, it actually is one of those surprisingly larger establishments. Does have a few rooms upstairs, and it's always lively, but the first thing that hits you is the smell of the food. It seems like it's very much a hidden gem of cuisine. What time of day would it be?
Still, let's call it around 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So it's barely no one in there. It's still a bar. It's still a bar restaurant. So maybe some locals, wherever the regulars are, local alcoholics, and big burly Eisen woman behind the bar with smattering of, I would imagine, whatever staff I probably might be familiar with, one or two. Don't know how much they've changed out staff within since I last.
The bartender Elise is the only one that you recognize. Nikoletta is actually very short for an Eisener. Most of the Eiseners are fairly tall, and she is fairly tall. She is stocky. And as you all walk in, she goes, "Demetrius Penn."
Elise, how you doing?
And she steps out and is like, haven't seen you in some time. She comes up, wraps you in a hug, lifts your feet a couple of inches off the ground before she sets you back. So good to have you back. Up to your usual trouble.
Oh, yes, of course. Demetrius Penn always has stories to tell. And this time, though, I actually have a crew that will keep me from dying. And this is Arnau and Alastriona.
Very good, very good. Welcome. And what would you say this place is called, Demetrius? This is your spot.
Oh, I want a good. We'll just do something. It's not even German. Toshin? What was that?
Talking. All right.
Talking or Toshin?
Yeah. Welcome to. I'll thought it should probably be talking. All right.
He's talking.
Talking. Welcome to talking. Good to have you all here. Come on, your normal table's ready. I'll bring up a couple more chairs if any others come up. Sets everything down on the side. You here to work again?
Oh, actually, I'm going back to von Richter.
Going back to Richtersburg. You've stuck with that for this long.
Well, when they pay so well.
There is that. You're noticing. Actually, wait. What's your empathy, Demetrius? 1. She seems a little nervous, like generally as welcoming as you're used to, but there's just a tinge of nervousness in her voice.
Something wrong?
Let's get your people all set up with food and everything first. And she gets you to the table, starts bringing out breakfast, takes drink orders and everything, and then gestures you over to the side, Demetrius.
What's wrong?
So, going on 6 months ago, there was someone who came asking after you. I wasn't here when it happened. But she's looking around. He was asking after the ghost.
What did he look like?
A very large, dark usurin man. And he got a hold of the owner's boy. And so they showed him your stash.
Oh, shit.
Here, let me show you. And she leads you into the back.
He's so tentative.
Takes you down the stairs and goes to the you paid a lot for the use of this for this hidden point that you had. There used to be a lot of smuggling that went through Freiburg when smugglers didn't consider Eisen to be suicide, and so you got a good deal on it, but you still paid a lot. And she opens it up, completely cleared out, with the exception of a couple of paintings that have been slashed and visibly ruined.
Hey, what about the jewel? What about the jewel? What about the statue of the like this?
And
How?
she gestures, and in the middle of the room, you see an envelope.
Pick it up.
You open it up. Penn. Since the ghost seems to have left the life in favor of playing nursemaid to a noble wench, I assume he is no longer in need of its spoils, and so I have taken them for myself. If, on the other hand, the Oubliadok still has his balls and would like to take them back, he will find me in Pavtlo. Marko Petrovich. Marko Petrovich worked alongside you for the Villanova family. He was a Cossack from Usera. Pavtlo is the capital of Usera. And even by your standards, he was a murderous maniac. The only reason he stopped marauding in Usera was because he found it was more profitable to maraud on the Villanova's dime. And again, at your most murderous, there were times you would look at him and say, you know, we actually make more money if we don't kill everyone every time. Whereas his mode of getting protection money was burn everything down and then pick up the gold once it's cooled.
Oh, Alice. Fucking Alice. Oh my god. That was
also, you don't know much Userin, but you know Oubliadok, how he referred to you, is a very rude word, revolving to what one does with mothers.
What was the how do you pronounce
the
his
name?
name?
Was Marko Petrov.
Marco. Fucking Marco. Fucking this son of a bitch. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. You know what? Mark the day. Oh, you want to fucking see the ghost? Oh, I'll show you the motherfucking ghost. Wait. How? He couldn't have fenced any of it. How many guys did he have?
There were like 10 of them.
Eisen guys?
A couple of Eiseners, but I got the impression mostly guides, mostly Vidachin and Userin.
Can you describe any of the Eisen ones? Think any of them could still be in town?
No, they all left. If I'd seen any of them, I would have taken them to the guard after the way they, well, like I said, roughed up the owner's son.
Is the owner's son alive?
Yes,
Okay.
but he got pretty cut up.
Well, I would say I'll pay for his recovery, but fuck. Shit. Well, guess I need to think of a new date spot. This. Glad you're alive. And he just walks upstairs. He just quietly pale, so pale.
So he comes back upstairs, and Alastriona and Arnau, you see Demetrius walk up like he has seen, ironically, a ghost.
You all right?
So remember I told you I was a con artist?
Like 5 minutes ago? No,
Yeah,
I don't
big
remember. I
time.
have the memory
So long ago.
of a goose.
So here's the thing. I was really good at it. And I may have had a stash down there of all the stuff that was too hot for me to fence. So hot that just by looking at it, you know where most of the things can end up in the news. It was very sensational. I had paintings, jewelry, statues, famous dresses, everything. Money I don't even know how much it would have been worth, but it's too hot, couldn't do anything with it. And so right down below was my stash. Pretty easy. Kind of have to go through a whole horde of fucking dead to get to it. Seemed like a good spot. I got cleared out.
Oh shit.
All of it. And I laid the letter down. And
I'll say around now is when Nikoletta and Verity get in.
Alastriona will read the letter.
Alice.
Oh yeah, she's not even asking for payment. She is bringing booze and food.
You recognize this Marco person?
Did a few jobs.
So somebody who had access, or at least could have known where it was.
I didn't tell anyone about that fucking spot. I don't know how he knew.
What's the matter, Demetrius? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah. I got cleared out.
Would Demetrius have ever shown Nikoletta his old stash? So
yeah, he would have. He would have showed Nikoletta. He would have showed Sarah.
All of it?
All of it. Even the nice blue jewel one, the one that you liked.
Oh, that one was pretty. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well. I would say this was karma, but I'm not there yet. So.
What's this in the letter? So kind of like walk over and like look over Alastriona's shoulder. Just read. Wet. Wood.
Well. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure I should go. At first I want to kill the guy, but to be honest with you, all that stuff is useless. Not like you can sell it. No one will buy it. But he wants my attention. And again, another motherfucker that shows up out of fucking nowhere.
Well, who did you piss off in Usera? What were you doing in Usera?
Stealing?
So, a little bit more context on Marco. Marco always kind of set himself up as a rival to you, Demetrius. He was irritated at the reputation of the ghost. And when you first left, he declared himself the winner. And that was fine by you because this was not a rivalry you were taking part in. So yes, you win. Fine, leave me alone. Apparently, he has decided that isn't good enough.
Yeah. So he considered me a rival. But okay, so maybe one time he knocked off, a nice little golden ring that he was bragging about from a jeweler that was passing through town. And then I may have robbed the whole store. And just to show I could do it. And maybe that was the entirety of our, rivalry. Every time he would do something, I would just do something a little bit better.
A one-sided pissing match, is that what you are telling me?
It was just so easy to piss him off. And he was enough for nothing. The guy was a bloodthirsty bastard, so fuck him.
Verity is raising her hand.
Oh, yes.
So you do not want to go and steal it back, but better?
No. A part of me doesn't. I mean, I don't like the fact that he's around and he's in the wind, which is dangerous for us.
You think he's here or that he took all your swag to Usura?
What does the letter imply where he's at?
He says, if you're going to try to take your treasures back, to come find him in Pavtlo, which is the capital of Usura.
Well,
for the first time, Verity would look at Nikoletta and actually address her. Is there one of the temple thingies in Usura?
This is a good question.
That is one. You haven't been able to isolate where in Usura, but based on the star maps you've seen so far, there is one there.
A specific location, I'm not entirely certain. I don't know if it's that city, but there is one in Usura, yeah.
We're going to have to go there anyway.
We do. And Verity, would you like a lot of really nice jewelry that you can probably never wear outside?
Oh,
I stole a lot of jewelry.
From people?
I list whatever the most famous jewelry heists in Montaigne, the last 10.
You've actually heard of these because you've heard of the Montaigne nobles who had bought the jewels before they were stolen, sometimes in transit, sometimes in stuff like that. And you realize you have heard of the ghost. The one who didn't bother with small coin stuff, but pissed off a lot of people, a lot of very wealthy Montagnian nobles who were in a bit of a jewelry arms race with each other and would find their jewels, especially the ones of Vodachin make, vanish in the wind.
It sounds fun, but if you do not care, we don't have to potentially walk into a trap.
That is right.
We like to try and avoid doing that.
Says who? I love walking into traps personally, but
You are a trap.
But
indeed,
at the same time, I didn't have a very renowned spy merchant, and he kind of gestures over to Arnau.
I'm guessing Arnau has already been thinking of ways that he could fence these jewels if they were in his possession. Am I wrong?
He is thinking of ways.
All those jewels can go sit somewhere in her family stuff, and We can let like a whole generation pass and leave a letter when I die telling them where to look. Like, that's fine.
Arnau is definitely thinking of ways that he can fence these jewels. You know, you just shave off a little bit here, like a corner there.
You just
make it a
take
new
the
cut.
stuff and then you remake it into some new stuff.
It's
Arnau, I want you to pitch me a role for a fencing plan.
What? Okay, so a fencing plan. So I feel like this one, based on the way that they describe being a merchant in the books, is going to be wits and tempt.
I love it. Give me a wits and tempt.
Well, if we really wanted to fence these items, I would proceed to speak at a very rapid pace. As I remember how much I'm rolling a lot of dice for this. That's my fortnite now. Oh, and this means my sets of 15 equal 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to re-roll that. Okay, so that is 2 there, 4 there, 6 there, 7 raises.
All right. In no time, the plan comes together for you. You have the entire marketing and mercantile strength of the Vendel League behind you. And they were not the ones who were moving these particular items.
They have no need to be concerned.
And so all you really need to do is take some of the lesser known items and maybe one of the high profile items, return them for the reward when Vendel merchants discover them. And then when the rest of them start appearing in various treasure vaults, the news is already over. And then collectors are going for them. And even any pieces that the party decides to keep for themselves after that point, should someone notice them, well, these items are all back in the wind. The legend was that they had all vanished seemingly into nowhere.
Top of that, as well, if we play our cards right with the Usuran man, we're going to have to be directly involved in order to properly fence these items and make certain that the proper eyes are off of them. However, if we play our cards right, we could make him public enemy number 1 in a lot of different places and tie your old name to his.
Wait. So it's giving him credit.
Letting
everyone think he was actually a better thief than me?
Letting everyone think he was actually letting everyone think he was you for a time, as he was the ghost.
Well, deep down, he will always know
that he was.
Oh my God, I love this idea.
And it also means
kind of a way to bury the ghost and also stick it to Marco one last time.
And not for nothing, I guess when we were looking at those star charts and we were deciphering that this seemed like a tactical invasion, we might need to hire an army.
I've already started moving on one potential option, a favor. There is a rumor going about a local noblewoman, she's actually a commoner from here in the city, who's founded a mercenary company and has now been married to the Duke of which city?
Heinzel,
and has been married to the Duke of Heinzel to give her land, a title, the ability to command troops, to eventually take down the hordes and reunify Eisner. If that is something that is possible and happens, we may be able to count on Eisner's strength if the Vendel League takes my suggestion.
I don't know if we have that kind of time.
even if it's not complete, the reunification of even one half of Eisner could be a force to be reckoned with.
I can appreciate the grand thoughts, Arnau, but I don't think you understand exactly what that would take. One noble being willing and wanting to unite all of Eisen is not unusual. It is the willingness of all the rest that is the problem.
But backed
Would
by the wealth of the
your-
Vendor League?
No. Would your family be a second?
That would be something to ask my father.
You do know just
Would
from
you
your
give
own.
us an introduction?
You do know from your own studies, Nikoletta, like the von Richters are not a particularly wealthy or powerful family, but the honor is impeccable. And if the Eastern Lords are the problem, if the von Richters gave their support to the Duke of Heinzel and his new bride.
We are not particularly well endowed coin-wise, but perhaps we could speak to my father and see about maybe getting his support.
I'm sorry. This feels a little bit pie in the sky.
I
Did
It
I
may
don't
be
think you realize
lava
what life
planet?
is around here in Eisen. Yeah, it's a good unification's good, but there's a reason hexing work has a bad name to it. You're going to have to make deals with people who are, like I'm saying it because we should be in our zone. I'm assuming we're not around people.
It's starting to get a little busier, but no one is
Yeah,
immediately around you.
you're talking about making deals to unify this place. You got to make deals with people you don't like, deals that people you don't know what some of these out spots have done to survive. So unification might not be something that can just happen.
no,
Well, it will take time.
and I recognize that. What I'm saying is that even if it's not complete, a force that is poised to reunify, even if it doesn't, would be a veritable fighting force indeed. And we might be able to make use of that.
The Legion of the West is an impressive force still, because their main job was defending the Montanian border.
As I said, we could talk to my father.
Well, we're heading there anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Food and drink are served. Nikoletta and Verity are able to bring you all up to speed on the plan with the caravan. Does Demetrius try to pull Verity aside for the aforementioned date?
Yes, he would.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm seeing the time. We are going to take a quick break. And then when we come back from that, we will get to that.
As this conversation is going on, Lenora is kind of taking a step back and is looking around to see if anyone has particular eyes on this conversation.
You notice from not on the boat, but down on the docks, there does seem to be one kind of young gentleman who's sort of craning his neck a little bit.
Lenora's gonna like elbow Umberto and whistle, going.
He's going to casually just walk over towards the gentleman.
All of a sudden, his eyes catch on you, and he takes off.
Lenora's also gonna tap Rowan and just be like, maybe you should help him out.
Is she tiptoeing through, or is she just running and just picking
Everybody
up one dude?
move!
Umberto, you've got your sword out, and he like skids to a stop.
I'm sorry, were you not enjoying the show?
And around this time, Rowan comes in. What's Rowan doing?
You ever seen football players spear tackle people?
And then you see the Rowan train coming in behind him and crash down on the guy. Like, oh.
He just puts the sword away, doesn't say a word, just kind of steps to the left.
And she's gonna pick him up. Seriously, dude? She's like obviously irritated and like sweating.
And we're back. So, you all know that the caravan is not leaving until the following morning. So, Demetrius, at what point would you kind of pull Verity away from the rest of the group?
Maybe like 2 hours before sundown.
Okay.
When I would assume a game will be going.
All right.
And I just wrote to Verity, and it does seem like we got the road tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love to take you out.
Do this restaurant you think has good food?
Well, actually, I was thinking we would do an activity.
An activity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might want to wear something that you can run in.
You know, I just brought an entire piece of luggage with me.
Somehow I know you can accommodate.
Is he implying that he knows she's wearing trousers under her skirt?
No, I'm implying that I've seen you like make it work.
That was ripping up a dress so people could breathe.
And it was an amazing moment.
Yeah, but there were no pants underneath.
So does Verity change into something?
With what, my moon scepter?
Well, I have no idea what exactly were you wearing as far as because I always assume Verity is in this elegant dress, but then you're also fighting like a badass. So I don't know what the general.
I'm going to be fair. We're in Eisner. She's wearing pants under there.
Okay.
Because she would have assumed that they're traveling light, which they have been. They left Mordaunt. Like, that's crazy.
All right. So Verity is in an outfit in which she can fairly
She
easily...
she would just be like slightly annoyed and then just unwrap the skirt and put it over the table. And her weapons, of course, are now fully visible. And she'd be like, fine.
When in, I guess what would be the equivalent of when in Rome? When in Eisen.
Yeah. Win in Villanova. No, it would be win in Felice.
Not for nothing, Verity. A Vadachian mercenary, seeing a beautiful woman armed to the teeth. I might get the vapors. And we gesture outside.
Well, a very handsome man just gave me a very nice dagger.
Oh. Well, I might be doing something right. So, and would walk you along the I would try to find the whatever was my favorite sweet treat that would have been sold in Eisen. Something that you can walk and eat.
You find a it's a pretzel stand, but it's not just the normal just your normal savory pretzels. They also have some that are dashed in sugar and cinnamon and deep fried. Some really tasty food, very Eisner, like thick, strong stuff. It's not the lighter affairs that Montaigne often has, but it's really good.
Tip the guy extra. And so when I came here, I was trying, I always try to get to know people in every new town I go to. And one thing Arnau talks a lot about is how the place is full of death. And as we're like walking, kind of start going off a beaten path. And how everyone's surrounded by death. And that's true. There is nothing but sorrow. However, life always finds a way. And I have always found it is best to see where joy lives. And I take you to a field where a bunch of the locals are playing a sport. I don't know what would be the soccer equivalent of Eisen, but it's where this community, different ages, different groups, just the park, and they're playing basketball or the field, and that Eisner equivalent.
So what you find is actually a weird combination of, we'd recognize it. It looks like rugby until you get to the edges of the field, at which point it looks a bit like basketball. And it is a commoner sport. The nobles don't deal in it much, but it's like full. Imagine basketball if you didn't have to dribble. It was full contact tackling, and then when you get to the end, you have to put it through a hoop. That sort of game, and folks are getting into it, but it is a weird combination of brute strength and finesse, and the people are having an absolute blast. There's drinking around. There's some folks who are playing music. There's crowds who are there to watching. There's betting going on, very lighthearted, but it's clearly a very festival-like atmosphere around it.
Now, one thing, I've seen most of the world, the beautiful oceans and cliffs, and I point to like a few kids running and playing. I will bet my last dollar that one of those kids don't have their parents. But they're so happy right here. Everyone. They found a place to give art, pointing over to the guys who are playing musician. They ain't making money. They're not performing for queens and dukes, and pointing to the athletes going, they're not some prize athlete who's stars who will tour the world. They're just living life, and they're making a moment right here. They're happy. They're enjoying the moment, and I would like to enjoy this moment with you. Now, we can either bet or we can play.
You want me, and you just called it rugby with basketball. She would see the like brutal piling and she'd just be like, yeah, that's not the kind of fighting that.
Though you would also see, like, because sometimes it's brutal, like sometimes it's folks hitting, but it's also people who are very adeptly just dodging it, like getting around, not taking, like some people are like, you couldn't tackle me if you wanted to. Others are like, you couldn't catch me if I wanted to. You could see a place where your skills would insert here.
Now, I'm a very competitive man. How competitive is Verity Victoire-Couteau?
Is your name Sophia Bruno?
How you think Sophia would do here?
Oh, she would never, as so will I not.
You think you can do it better than her?
Well, that's very easy because she would never.
Well,
another thing you're noticing is that the teams do not seem to have a designated size. People are coming in and out of the game in a very chaotic way. It doesn't have like the regimented rules and stuff in sports the way we're used to. So if you all wanted to join, all you would have to do is run on the field. And there's actually people trying to wave you all in.
Well, Verity, you're the bravest woman I know. I'm certain you can conquer this, and I run in.
Does Verity join him?
No.
Okay.
But she would start leisurely walking towards the bookie.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if Arnau just like leapt into my body.
Is she betting for or against Demetrius?
She's gonna watch for a little bit.
All right. Okay.
Let's see how he rolls on this first little bit.
All right, Demetrius, how are you going to go about play? There's the folks who seem to concentrate on getting the ball down the field. There's those who seem to concentrate on keeping the other side from doing the same. There's folks who concentrate on scoring points. There's folks who concentrate on preventing that. What role is Demetrius going to take in the game?
Come on now. This is Demetrius Penn now. If you are not a striker, if you're not scoring the points, what is the point? And I am absolutely going to aim and make these shots from distance. Literally, I'm Kobe Bryant lacing it. I'm doing
right,
extra, and then of
give
course I walk in. You have heard stories of the greatest writer ever, Demetrius Penn. Well, you did not know that I am also the greatest athlete in all of Eisen. You're like, please, tonight, hold your applause, please.
All right, go ahead and give me. I'm so tempted to make it finesse and athletics after what you just said, but I will make it finesse and aim because I see
Thank
that's
you,
what you're
God.
going for. And I believe Nikoletta is saying she's giving you a hero point for this risk.
Thank you.
So take an additional 3 dice plus your flair.
Plus my what was it? Would this fall into the realm of a dead eye? When you make an aim risk, is this a risk?
Yeah, this is a risk. So yeah, go ahead and take your dead eye.
Yeah. So it'll be hilarious if I do bad. Actually, anyway this goes, this is gonna be great. But I will personally find it hilarious if I do bad. Oh Jesus, that went everywhere. Okay, gonna re-roll because I have 3. Alrighty. 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 on 5 raises. You mitigated all risks. You're doing well. Would you like to make an edit to the scene?
I just as I very pompously walk in, the biggest, scariest Eisen guys, I'm trailing through them, letting them overcommit, slide, tapping them on the shoulder. I'm slightly embarrassed, Harlem Globetrottering the whole scene.
Renaissance Harlem Globetrotter. I love it.
And just kind of do a bow. It's like, it's okay. You see where you made your mistake. You showed up today.
You are oh wow. All right. So you are clearly putting on an amazing show. The crowd is cheering for you. The team starts feeding you more. Like you're clearly the best scorer on the pitch, and they are constantly working on getting you the ball. You're kind of becoming the strategy. I am going to add risks of wounds to the next round of this just because you're pissing some people off, and this is a rugby equivalent. So we got
are you
so Verity, as you see this performance, is Verity now taking part in the betting?
Yes.
Okay. How much are you putting in? Are you putting a good chunk of money, or are you keeping it? You're noticing, again, these are commoners. They don't have a ton of cash that they're putting in.
She would put in her earring.
You have started a whole new gambling pool. Like, there's some folks over here putting money, but like other people see this and they love it. And they're starting to put in stuff like some are putting in earrings, some are putting in necklaces, some have hair pieces, some have nice like cufflink type stuff. There's a couple sets of panties that end up in there. It's like this pile is, and everyone's kind of looking like, who did that? But there's the thing is, people are putting forward. There are several people who are now. What bet in particular are you making? Because you opened up this new pot, so you get to say what the bet is.
What is his position?
There are no name position. He's shooting.
Well, what is he trying to do the most?
He's trying to score.
Scoring. Okay.
He's shooting.
Cool.
Yeah. Striker, point guard, whatever.
She is betting that he will make the next 4.
All right.
Why did you put a number to it?
Because
hey, I have 2 hero points. Okay, I have 2 hero points.
All right.
We're gonna hope we don't need more than that.
The bet is in, and everything. And Demetrius, you hear this because this stuff is being shouted out on the sidelines, and you hear, but RP it for us, Mouse. How does Verity call out call out the bet?
She would take the earring off and have offered it in, and when everyone got drawn in, she would wait until it seemed like the pool was set, and she'd finally just hold her earring up and say, Demetrius Penn will take the next fall. And then she would take off her other earring and hold it up and say, if you can stop him, you may have the other. Is that competitive enough for you?
May Demetrius gain a hero point
For
when you for the you receive a hero point when you become enamored.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's hot. All right.
Yep. Nope. This is, and it's a distraction.
Like this. Now we're flirting.
Yeah.
We are flirting. And you see Demetrius is like, ooh.
All right. So
I want you all to know that I do not fight for my own honor, and I get the whatever random 4-leaf clover closest thing to a road, whatever mundane, slightly pretty thing that's growing on the ground, pluck it, and it's like I do this in honor of the
Eisner dandelions.
Eisner dandelion. I do this in, of course, honor of the lovely, magnificent Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau. And I kind of just flick it and let it just to see if it could go that way, but I'm about to get attacked. So
yeah, there are guys bearing down on you because you've been embarrassing them. They want that jewelry. They want to embarrass you back. So
I show you it does not match your look. As I try to dodge.
All right. Are you changing up your approach?
Yeah, unless I can use it as a weapon. Can I beam one in the face and use it as a bounce back and try to bounce it off of their heads into?
What
you want to get aggressive? Can I get aggressive with the
dice
ball?
pool are you
I'm trying to do finesse and weaponry, finding the best idea of kind of getting a little bit more aggressive with it, but using it as
I see you. Yeah, I'll give you finesse and weaponry.
I'm going to give a hero point. Are now from the shadows.
He's still just lurking nearby.
Think of it like an axe.
Arnau's like, he didn't ask me to be his Cyrano, but I want to be here in case he needs me.
Arnau is window washing a tree.
At the hero point. I don't get to use Bruiser because this is not one of those moments.
No.
All right. All righty. Ooh. And because I use weaponry, my 15s go to
and you keep your flair.
Yep. And looking good. Run a question. So when I'm at 4 in weaponry, do I also get to reroll a single die?
Yes, because you are also at rank 3. So yeah, you keep the benefit of 3 and add the 4.
Sweet. Oh, this is a lot.
Come on, this is usually where your dice fail you.
I know, right? But I have a lot of dice. So even there's a few low numbers in there, but let's see. Oh, that's 7. Oh, I have 1 left. Do you want a leftover?
Not today. This is a fairly low-key episode.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7.
7 raises. Yeah. He gets the first 6. As folks are coming at him, and every time someone's coming up, it starts with the kick of the ball into the guy's face. It rebounds back, and then he takes the shot. You're even starting to play some defense, like cutting folks off. And are you still always taking every shot after you've gotten the first 4, or are you? Yeah. Full on
no.
Kobe Bryant, like Never saw a shot.
Hey,
Like, okay,
like,
yeah,
he ain't passing.
yeah.
Like early first 5 years of Kobe, we're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
passing.
And you're hitting everything. You're getting silly with it. You're taking these wackadoo shots and managing to just put them all in. And Verity, you win the bet. You keep both of your earrings as this nice little pile of nothing. Yours was definitely the most expensive jewelry that was in the offering, but a lot of kind of nice looking stuff. And others, like other pools like this, are coming up around. And Demetrius, you're feeling pretty good. Like you took a girl out, you just put on a good show when she was clearly setting you up to do that. And as you're kind of feeling coming back and forth, all of a sudden you look around and you see 10 very irritated players of the other team who are no longer playing the game, and they're walking up to you. They don't have any weapons, but they are cracking their knuckles, and it is clear they want to put a certain Demetrius Penn in his place.
I walk over to Verity. I said, Verity, this is the point where we run. And I grab and I try to see if she'll roll with me.
She would a little, but then she would stop when they got back to the kids playing that they walked past. Whatever amount of actual money was in the pot, she's gonna give it to the children.
Okay. Yep. Easily done. There's the little kids. Everything you have is something that they'd like, and depending on while you're doing this, those 10 guys have not stopped their approach.
That's good for them. Run up on a nice lady giving kids money. See how that makes y'all look.
So as they're coming up, this is a brute squad of 10. It's clear hostile intent. No weaponry. No blades have been pulled. None of them seem to have pistols on them. How do you all deal with this?
Before I have to use something different. She is going to put herself between the brute squad and Demetrius. Gentlemen, this does not seem like sportsman behavior.
Is this an ability you're using, or are you just...
She is trying to turn the tide of violence with charm and flair.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your panache, and convince would be my guess, unless you want to argue for something else.
No, convince is definitely the best option.
Take a hero point.
Why? Thank you. What and what? Panache?
Panache and convince, plus flair.
Turns out you need 10 races to convince them all not
Plus
to hurt
another
you.
3 from the hero point you were given.
And this is a mix of a lot of people. One, 2, 3, 4, no way, 5.
5.
Thought it was a 6, but it was a 9, and I had a 1, and I was like, yay!
All right. Because you were able to talk half of them down, I'm going to say, and since the fight had not actually started yet, with half of them
And she's
talked
being
down,
very flattering, talking about whatever parts she actually saw when she bothered watching.
and they're all like, and they kind of look at him, and it's like, you know, you fancy types coming in here and blah, 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 but eventually they kind of disperse. Because again, you talked half of them out of it, and the other half watching are not going to stick to the fight when that's already happened, since combat had not already been joined. So they walk off, and the brute squat has been handled. Back at the inn.
Yay, I have 2 hero.
Alastriona, Arnau,
4.
and Nikoletta. You see Demetrius kind of lead Verity away. What are you all getting up to?
This is good beer.
It is actually good beer. The food's good. The food is a weird mix of Eisner, Vodachin, and Userin. Generally pretty heavy stuff to keep you warm on a cold day and that kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, I guess honestly, Arnau is probably gossiping with his gal pals right now, Nikki and Alastriona.
Nikki and Allie.
Nikki, Allie, and Arnie.
So,
Girls, let's dish.
so Nikki,
She's writing in her journal. Why are you calling me? What is wrong with you?
where'd you get that token from?
Token? What? Oh, the pet you mean? Edmund gave it to me.
Oh, Ed gave it to you.
Why does everyone keep using that tone when I talk about him?
It's the same way they talk when I mention O'Bannon.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, no, that doesn't make sense to me.
They think you've got eyes for him, or he's got eyes for you.
You see the very end of her nose start to get a little bit red, and she goes, I didn't say I didn't.
And he certainly didn't say he hasn't.
Why do you say it like that?
What other way is he supposed to say it?
I don't know. She's
So-
holding up the journal.
That's cute.
It just so happens that there was a patch that he could give someone who he cared about deeply that would protect them, and he just so happened to give it to you.
I might have given him a few unguents to help with, like, I gave him the recipe for Mother's Mercy, the same thing I keep shoving down your throat every time you insist on getting bitten.
So what I'm hearing is you had an exchange of information. Isn't that what it sounds like, Alastriona?
This.
What you trying to imply there, Arno?
A secret rendezvous.
The nose continues to redden. No, the journal goes back up.
I mean, it sounds like she's telling us what the meetup was all about, unless you're trying to get to something else.
There was nothing inappropriate.
Inappropriate is relative, darling.
What do you mean? How?
I mean, what's appropriate at a bar is going to be a very different level than what's appropriate at a church.
That is a fair point, I suppose. Everyone remained clothed. How is that?
Disappointing is what it is.
Straight up starts laughing.
Her nose continues to redden. She buries her face back in the journal like...
I kid, Nikoletta. But it's very nice to see you happy. I will say that.
Oi.
That is a bit of a stretch at the moment, but it is hopeful, if nothing else.
Well, that's something.
Now, on the topic of interesting romances, who was that back in the last city?
Now that's a good question.
That was Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh no! As per your words, you fucked a man for trade routes. So do tell.
Was it Ezekiel? Is that the guy?
It started out being that way, and then he wound up being exceedingly charming and smart and witty. and I was here a lot longer than I meant to be. And then I was recalled on a mission that I could not bring him with. I did try. That was true. But he's not exactly sneaky.
No, that would be you, I imagine.
So he's mad at you for not being able to take him with you.
It also may have become more readily apparent that I was sleeping with him for financial reasons after I broke his heart. I was not very subtle about it. I was learning.
I see why everyone enjoys asking these questions. It's very fun being on the asking end.
Alastriona just giggles and takes a drink.
Well, let me put it this way. I was trying to do the best that I could with a bad situation, and now I'm still trying to make it work. I should have been more honest from the get-go. But
So you caught feelings?
with a target, yes.
That sounds very complicated.
Doesn't it?
Sounds downright dangerous.
Yeah. No more dangerous than being a heretic in Castile.
A heretic?
Yes?
You have not shared any of this religious stuff with Nikoletta, so she's,
He's gonna pull out his symbol of the All-Father that he wears around his neck.
Oh.
I may have gone native, as my father would say.
Gone native.
And everyone knows about Castile. That's not a place where you abandon the faith of the prophets lightly.
Boy.
What was it that swayed you?
Had a revelation. It wasn't... It was many things. It was the teachings. It was a few too many drunken nights, admittedly. And I realized that I know...
The chat is absolutely feral right now.
Oh my god.
When the chat is too powerful.
I just need a moment.
You're just gonna cut all of that out.
We need a blooper reel.
Editor Dan? Editor Dan?
There's nothing
please,
worth
Editor Dan.
you can't
You leave that in.
There's
There's got to be a way for you to show this chat. This chat is a whole episode on its own.
Editor Dan just has a screenshot.
Oh my god. Somebody should do a screen capture during a session at some point, just for the chat. Just no context. You don't get the other side with it, just the chat.
I have a screenshot.
Sorry, I feel like I started this. I apologize.
And then
It's mostly Alastriona's fault.
I'm very
Right.
I'm not sorry.
And then one night, there was a raven sitting on my windowsill. Or a crow, rather. It's a crow, not a raven. And I looked in its eyes. And I knew something was there.
Yeah, crow.
I don't think that's what he meant. I was talking about.
You just said there was a fucking crow.
The crow... No, it would have been a raven. It actually would have been a raven, I think. It's a
It's a
raven.
bird.
It's a black bird. We understand it is a black bird.
Yeah.
What do you mean there was something
One
that,
of-
as in it was there was not just a bird? Is that what you mean?
The raven is one of the symbols of the Allfather.
Oh. So you were visited then?
That's what I believe. That's what... Certainly what Asgeir believed at the time.
Is that how you became friends?
No, we became friends because I was also manipulating him as a contact, and then I felt really, really, really bad when I converted for all of that, and now we're friends.
Friendship through guilt. I've heard of stranger things, I suppose.
Out of all the ways we've all been making connections with people, I feel like that's the least weird.
This is very true.
We've been fast friends ever since. Well, we were really fast friends at the time. He becomes fast friends with anyone who can beat the shit out of people, for lack of a better term. So,
All right, we're going to go ahead and move back out to. Do Demetrius and Verity have anything that they share on the walk back, or do we just have them getting back to the restaurant?
Is it more awkward silence?
I would hope not. I would, I know it was a little not what you would expect from a date with me, but I've always found seeing people happy. And that's a rare thing to see around here.
It's rare in lots of places.
But if I haven't ruined all my chances when we get to the pretty von Richter spot, maybe I've done enough for a second one?
Let me think about it.
I wait patiently.
Demetrius lied. So we.
No, that was 100%. I will roll to lie that. Like, yeah, totally. Whatever.
What do you roll for patience?
like it does, like I'm definitely trying to say, oh yeah. Take time. Like it didn't just completely shatter him. But
Okay. All right. Cool. So all right, you all get back to the spot. Unless anyone has anything they want to add, any particular chats they're looking to have in the evening, we will go ahead and fast forward to the next morning. You all come out and you join the caravan. It's not a particularly large trade caravan, and so it prepares, it greets you all, and there is a fair bit of fanfare going on because word has spread among the folks that Nikoletta von Richter is among those who will be accompanying the caravan at this point. And so as everyone gathers and they go into the walk, they are doing about, you would know, Demetrius and Nikoletta especially would know, probably a 7 to 8 hour ride / walk along the way to Richter's. I keep forgetting the name I gave it.
Richtersburg.
As you and as you were moving along traveling, Demetrius, this is a particularly emotionally complicated route for you because this was the route you were protecting when Sarah died.
he would be extremely close to Nikoletta. Just lockstep, more so than usual. Usually he gives a wide berth because obviously she would know this is the route as well. So
Yeah,
Just-
she's not doing the usual of, you can back off just a little bit now. She's shutting up right now.
Very like more attentive than he normally is of the surroundings and area. Even though there's a good amount of people, but there was a good amount of people last time, so he's.
You're moving along, and the caravanners tell you that of late, the swarms have not been nearby. The runners have been doing a good job the last couple of days and have generally been diverting them into various kill zones that the lords and dukes and princes of Eisen have been setting up, just trying to thin the herds. And you're moving along without too much difficulty. How are people going about this trip? If you are playing some sort of security role for the caravan as it travels, what are you doing? You don't have to be. You could just be walking, or there's room to sit on various of the wagons. But if you are participating in security, what are you doing?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Active.
All right, so you're there to fight if any ghouls get too close.
Yeah.
All right, so that will be your brawn and weaponry. Demetrius, you are just sticking with Nikki?
If they get danger close to Nikki, then yes, but he's keeping a tight range. But being very observant and making sure that they're doing, like, if everything's going right from all the other times he's done the route, then he's good. But he ain't leaving unless he feels like the tide is shifted.
Okay. Verity?
How is Alastriona, like, how has her healing been at this point? Is she good?
Mechanically, she's back at 100%, but flavor-wise, that's up to her. So, Alastriona, how are you holding up?
I mean, like, she's up and she's doing well. Like, she's walking around, but noticeable new scars.
Like, they're not. She doesn't look great as she's healing right now.
She doesn't look good, but she's functioning just fine.
That's all it would take for Verity. She would insist that she get on one of the riding spots and continue to heal, because they don't know what they're going to be facing when they get there. And Verity would take defense.
Pretty sure I came on this to protect you. Now get on there.
Do not start with me. Just a moment. Just a moment. Did you want to duel? Or
I will throw you.
That is fine. Then you get in the cart.
She's going to pick up Verity and throw her.
Verity, you have the ability to just stick the landing. So are you contesting this, or is Mouse allowing Verity to be thrown into the car?
100%.
Yeah.
Because same thing. I was like, yeah, go ahead. She's just gonna, aim for a goal if you want to. Just kick him in the face as she lands.
So yeah, Verity gets chucked up into the wagon. And Alastriona, how are you going about doing defense? If you are doing defense?
Oh no, yeah, she would actually absolutely be doing defense. She doesn't look good, but she feels fine, so she's gonna do her thing. She would be
Sorry, Verity's not gonna be nice. She's gonna be like shouting discouraging backhanded things, just like, oh, you could have some improvement. We're a little slow there. You sure you don't need to rest?
What are you doing, Alastriona?
She's going to just ignore everything Verity says. Like, keep paying my bills, bitch. No, she would just be wherever point she was taking, she'd just make sure that she has her swords out and be probably more towards the front of like the cart, because that's how she rolls. She's like, I'm just gonna go straight into whatever it is we're doing.
Okay. So it sounds like just your usual finesse and weaponry then. If anything gets close, you take it down. Okay. And Nikoletta.
walking closely with Demetrius. Don't look at me like that. I know.
about to, hey, about to say, oh, I'm gonna go research. You ain't going.
I said nothing. I said I
Alright, so
was
Nikoletta
over
keeps
on the
walking on.
bench.
So, those who were asked for rolls, what are your rolls? How many raises? Arnau, how many raises did you get? 3. And Alastriona with your with your finesse and weaponry. Four. Okay. So 3 raises and 4 raises, so a total of 7 on the defense. The scouts are doing a decent job, and the previous runners had gotten a lot of the ghouls out. So it's very rare that anything actually gets near. No swarms get close. And the ones that do, Arnau and Alastriona are handling them pretty easily. I am going to say, Arnau, you are going to take 2 minor wounds. Again, you're not bit, you're not cut, you're just buffeting and exerting yourself. And Alastriona, you're going to take 1. Something gets kind of close to you, and it takes a little bit of exertion, and you maybe pull on one of your wounds a little bit as you get in position to dispatch the ghouls. But you've dealt with ghouls at this point, and if it's just 1, you all basically know what you're doing as the caravan continues moving. And then it's coming up on a spot where the caravan leader says, okay, we're going to take a second. We're going to give everyone a break. We're going to rest the animals. We're going to circle up. And Demetrius, you recognize the spot. This is the spot where you had previously circled up on the mission where you were protecting Sarah. And he's not wrong. It's the best. It's the most defensible spot along the route.
Kind of make sure he clocks where Verity is. Make
Mhm.
sure she's, good. Clocks Alastriona. Kind of make sure everyone's still good. He wants to make a mental point where everyone's at. Make sure everyone looks good. Sees Alastriona had a little. They're fine. A little rough up, and he's like his hand starts to shake. And
In point of fact, the ruin of a wagon is still here. The one where you found her choker.
we're walking by it.
It's literally in the middle of the circle. Because her wagon was put in the middle of the wagon wall that was made.
I approach it and if Nikki's if we're all walking past it, then I would kind of approach it with Nikki.
She'd have kind of like hooked her arm around yours as we're walking up.
As you walk in, it's been weathered. It's been quite a few years. It's been rained on, been snowed on. There's not much left of the fabric that made up the awning over the top of it. Most of that has rotted away. There's the signs that ghouls have been over it before, and probably other scavengers as well, folks looking for valuables and things like that. And as you walk in, you see a couple of smashed crates that had been intact the first time, but as you both step forward, growing in the middle of one of those crates up is a black rose.
This feels like a message.
I agree. If it weren't for the hordes nearby, I'd say let's burn it.
What do we do with it?
I'll see if I can get it into one of my reliquaries. And she'll pull out her gloves and try to get just the rose itself contained.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me your finesse and I'd say scholarship for this one. Just you've done this before, but you know it's dangerous to get pricked by these things. It's not very big because it's under the shelter of the broken crate, which is why it wasn't destroyed by the sunlight.
Ooh. 3.
3. Just from sheer caution, you're going to take 1 minor wound, but you're able to get in and this time actually pull it up with its root structure intact. And this is the first time you've seen one of these with the roots intact. You almost weren't expecting them to have any because they so obviously feed on blood, but this one seems to be feeding off of the soil.
So make sure to scoop a little bit of the soil into the bottom of the reliquary with the flower and get it contained.
Okay.
Well, a live specimen.
Question is, what's the message? Because this is personal, and it seems a lot connected to you.
I don't know yet, but we'll find out.
You know, when your father hired me, he didn't mention that I might have to kill a vicious vampire mistress.
You know, in my father's defense, he plans for an awful lot. I don't think the scary stories he was planning for.
You know what? And he looks over at Verity, Alastriona, Arnau. I think we can take her.
I think if anyone has a chance, it would certainly be this group. Strange though it may be.
You know, normally I was worried that being back here would break me.
You and me both.
But I feel stronger than ever.
You are like a brother to me, you know that.
I do. And Big Brother's gonna kill a vampire for you.
No, not for. With.
Hell yeah.
Eventually, the break starts winding down unless anyone has anything they want to do in this spot. Can't imagine what that would be, but seeing none, the group continues traveling forward. You're now within 3 hours of Richtersburg, and you can tell because the silhouette of the castle von Richter is starting to appear in the distance, so just slowly rising over the horizon, starting to stand out. Nikoletta, you've always enjoyed approaching the approach from Freiburg, because if you were arriving around sundown, the sun tends to set behind the castle, and it just makes a very lovely view as you approach of your ancestral family home. And so you're kind of looking at that when some of the scouts run forward. And they're like, we found a swarm immediately between us and the castle. It's not huge, but it's enough. It's not immediately obvious what we should do. The caravan head is kind of looking around, getting the information from all of them, and knowing Demetrius's reputation, he kind of gestures for you and Nikoletta to come over.
Walk over.
Same.
Milady von Richter, Mr. Penn. My scouts have detected a smallish swarm, but definitely a swarm, and it's immediately between us and the castle and moving in the direction of the town. The town's defenses could potentially hold it at bay, but who knows for how long. You know your business with this better than anyone. I was hoping for your advice.
Countable swarm?
He kind of glances at the scouts. One of the scouts goes, I mean, we clocked about 40 of them.
40.
If they start moaning, who knows how many more they bring in. We're far enough away from Freiburg now that their runners aren't helping us so much anymore.
Yeah. And honestly, even drawing them away, I'm not doing that. But
This is your specialty, Demetrius. I defer to you.
yeah. So the smart choice is just to get on a horse, get their attention, not too loud, and just drive them off distance, make a big roundabout way, and then be back to the caravan. Fun fact, did something very similar.
What, do you want me to ride with you this time?
Well, I'm not leaving you out of my sight, but also that Rose, this situation, I think an ambush is on our way. So I don't think
An ambush?
separating is smart.
You think there might be a Hexen worker in the field?
Oh, I absolutely think there's a Hexen walker in the field.
So not a wild swarm. All right.
Hey, you wanted Demetrius Penn in your crew?
Nope. So do we then try to take out the shamblers quickly, cut the Hexen workers' legs out from under them?
Fast and quick. Who are your best guys?
All
They
right.
move.
Oh, go ahead.
They move relatively slow. It shouldn't be a problem to get a few drawn away and then chip away at them bit by bit.
Yes, but the longer you fight them, the more they moan, more others can hear.
So hit them quick, pull them off, but not far, and then make our way to the town. Is that your recommendation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any of your band willing to come along with us?
Don't look at me like that. I'm going. I know.
Just stay decent distance away. But I shot.
All right. Who all is going to go with Demetrius on this diversion, and who's going to stay with the caravan?
Verity would try. Unless she's thrown back into a cart.
No, that was just to make a point. You do what you want.
I try.
Yeah.
All right, so Verity's going with Demetrius and Nikoletta. How about Alastriona?
She'll stay with the caravan.
Okay.
Protect it.
All right. Arnau?
Arnau is going to stay with the caravan because the three of them are going. Yeah, I mean, one of them is pretty much taking up protecting Nikoletta. So either Demetrius or Verity are going to have to protect her from the zombies. But we know there's more civilians here, so Arnau is going to be looking to protect the civilians.
Well, because certain information wasn't shared just now, we think that it's not all about Nikoletta.
Well, I imagine we would rendezvous before we went charging.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they've got a number of riders and some of their best fighters, folks who were going to be the primary protection of the caravan until you all joined up. And they don't mind; they get paid the same either way, and so
No,
they're
the
preparing.
flower.
No, the second we, decide the plan, that would be the next thing I would have rendezvous.
Like, do you think
Or
it's
we went charging.
coincidence still, Arno? You still think it's just too coincidental?
Demetrius, I could use one of my tinctures.
I mean, in the thick of it, and I doubt any of these folks would notice.
Well, no, it's not that. I'm fairly small. I am fairly quiet. I could make a wide circle around them, make it to where they can't really run off easily.
You think you can do that without anyone noticing?
I can certainly try.
Smartest one I know.
What she's thinking is doing the best she can to get as close to to this horde as she can, given that they move slowly, and she's going to be pouring what she has of the spectral prison.
Okay, how much do you have?
It's enough to make a wide circle, probably about 40 feet around.
Okay. You're probably not going to be able to entirely encircle them, but you could definitely like cut off a couple of cardinal directions from them and make it much harder for them to give direct pursuit.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Okay. All right. Demetrius and Verity are going along with her in case that goes wrong. Arnau and Alastriona are staying with the civvies and the caravan. Okay. So you three go off. And what orders do you give to the rest of the guards? Are you telling them to stay with the caravan and let you all be the expedition that try to pull people off, or are you bringing any riders with you?
Oh, I'm 100% bringing some riders.
Okay.
And I'm who thinks they can do it better than Demetrius Penn. You want to go and tell them that you just let me do all the work.
No, they're waiting for you to give them the orders. They're just trying to figure out where you want them.
You're the boss.
Out front with the riders, they can hit them as fast and kind of be the initial pop while we come running down.
And they kind of got that secondary role that's pretty normal. It's like if the first diversionary group doesn't work, you're the second diversionary group. You hit them hard and then you pull them off, and someone get word to the caravan to make a run for it.
Yep.
So, okay. So we are first going to start with Nikoletta. I'm going to need your finesse and hide, and just in how because we know your unguent's going to work. It's just a matter of how effectively you can move it.
Take a hero point.
Thank you.
Every time the guy starts looking over at her, he's the story.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. All right. As 1 second, Chandler, we're losing you. There we go. Okay. And back in. As you move up with 4 successes, you step in close and you see these shamblers just kind of stepping. They have not, and ghouls are not they're not subtle. If they'd seen you, it would be immediately obvious. And so you start moving around them and pouring out what you have left of the unguent. Demetrius and Verity, you are far enough back so as to not mess up her stealth, and also to keep the rest of them back so they don't see the person pouring a random unguent around the undead. What, out of curiosity, while she is doing this, Demetrius, when they're like, "You're just gonna let her go forward?"
My friend, I not sure. You ever wear the same shirt for no reason? Yeah. Every single time I do a dangerous mission, old Nikoletta von Richter does, an old, sage-like prayer from her home. Have you ever heard of it? It's a great tale of, and he gives the most random old.
And they're eating it up because you are a known survivor, and they figure
because back in the etymology, when they first settled in this land, they said a prayer, and it helped their line. And this is an actual tradition of
learning about new things about myself that's not even
it gives us courage and good tidings.
All right.
Because if it is not von Richter, it's not von Right.
Remind me again, what is your convince, Demetrius?
My convince is 2.
I'm gonna say with 2 convince. I'm not gonna make you roll on this one. They're like, oh, okay. She's praying for us. Cool. And Nikoletta, you go out and you move around, and you are able to create a barrier that when the when the swarm gets spooked, they are not going to be able to move immediately towards the caravan. There will be an invisible barrier between the caravan and the horde, and the swarm, and they may not be able to navigate that in time because they're fairly mindless. It all depends on if there's someone there to give them orders, and that's throw a thing, create a scent, and they go in a certain direction. You look like you just had a thought.
Orb. What is Orb doing?
You reach down to touch it. It hadn't been doing anything. You reach down, touch it.
Did he take
Go to the touch.
Cool. No, he did not. He was told to. He did not.
Oh, cool.
I helped.
So, as you all, she comes back and has confidence that the unguent has been placed appropriately, and you all are now clear to bring the caravan past it. The caravan starts moving forward, and it gets to the point where the swarm sees them, and the first ghoul that kind of sees the riders and stuff raises its arms and groans and starts moving towards you all, but then stops and has a look on its face. It's not like, a mime against, the invisible wall or anything like that. There's just this spot it seems unable to pass, and it's confused. And the moan stops as it looks down. Tries to take a step, but can't. Looking very confused. And a couple others start seeing the same thing. And the same thing happens. They moan, they move, they shift, they try to take some steps, and they don't. And by this point, the caravan is about half past. And at this point, some of the zombies that I've seen managed to get around the barrier that has been made and are now moving in. And this is where our defenders are going to come into play. So everyone who's going to kill them some ghouls, go ahead and give me whatever your main weaponry or aim roll is in order to deal with the ones that manage to get around the barrier. If you are participating in the fighting, make you a roll.
New weapon. So we're just doing finesse weaponry?
Whatever your preferred weaponry roll is. Unless you're throwing things, at which point, give me an aim roll.
Two raises, plus I have a dice left over.
No, thank you. Not on this one. Two.
Or actually, can I choose to fail for 2 hero points?
You certainly can.
I God damn you.
No, you're not saving him either. Nobody's saving you.
I'll do the 2 raises.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
He's like, I think
great,
she
but we're
means
literally
it.
coming up
Oh,
on time.
I do.
6, 4, 2, so 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, 17. Nikoletta, are you doing any combat stuff, or are you just letting the others do what they do?
Yeah, I'll.
She's like, I poured some juice on the ground. That's not enough for you guys.
I put salt in a circle. Welcome.
I said, bless you when you sneeze.
I will say, if you had intentionally failed, you would have broken the barrier line. So good decision there, Arnau.
Thank you for not being a burden on the party.
Especially after you actually showed a little bit of badassery in the last fight.
We've been so happy with proactive Arnau.
1. Okay. You all are easily capable of taking care of any stragglers, because the main group of this, there's like, even though they're starting to get around, they're not moving as one group. It's stragglers that are coming out, and straggler ghouls are very simple. You all are pretty jaded with this kind of fighting now, and so Demetrius is going around basically just taking heads. Arnau is the same, with the axes, dropping a couple of them. Alastriona is just walking death, as is Verity, and even Nikoletta gets a good toss in with a thrown dagger at one point, keeping one away from just an unnamed caravan guard. None of the guards go down in this fight, and you all are able to make it past. And the swarm is still just kind of staring confused at you. Now the guards are like, it was like half of them couldn't even see us.
Oh, how strange.
Yeah, no, we saw that over in, where was that first place? Posen?
Posen?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, whatever that prayer was, ma'am, that worked. So thank you.
Don't
if
say
anything-
please, thanks the prophet.
And eventually the swarm kind of starts wandering off towards the forest to the southwest.
They talk about these sorts of miracles a lot in Castile. They really do.
Particularly the ones who follow the second prophet, who favor the teachings of the second prophet. Anyway, as the group continues with their moving, you come up to the great gates of Richtersburg, and one of the guards standing at Richterburg looks over the gate and says, "Caravan's on time. Any special guests? Anyone we should know about?"
Nikoletta von Richter!
James.
Wait, really?
She'll walk up.
Ma'am.
How are you?
Open the gates. And he yells,
Can we please?
and he climbs down, and the gates open up, and the caravan moves in pretty easily. Some guards move out automatically to skirmish any ghouls that are near, but none are. And everything manages to move in. And the guard James walks up to Nikoletta and goes, "Ma'am, how did you get the communication so fast?"
Communication? What do you mean?
And his eyes go a little bit wide. We need to get you to the palace. We need to get you to the castle. Everyone, take care of the caravan. How many of these are your people?
She'll wave her arm to the... Well, we were traveling with this entire caravan, but this is Alastriona Toran, Arnau Cecero, Demetrius, and Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau.
Right. I have to stay on the gate. Go with speed to the castle. I'll send one of the pigeons. Let them know she's here.
We'll go with all haste. How is your sister?
Well, the children are healthy.
Good.
And you all move up, and so the town of Richtersburg is kind of on this hill that builds up to the Castle von Richter, and you can see everything about this town was built about being defendable. Even before the time of the zombies, this place often got caught up in the different wars between Vodacce and Usura primarily, and so was big on protecting trade routes throughout Eisen and stuff coming out of the Walden Forest. And so it was always built to be defensible. And then with the rise of the undead, it was one of the more of the small outposts and towns. This was probably one of the more defensible ones. And so fairly famous, and all the more so for its family, its ruling family, who just had this amazing reputation for honor and trustworthiness and always taking care of their people. And so upon hearing that Nikoletta is present, a lot of people are coming out to see her. And who has a notice of 2 or higher?
I now do.
You 2 or higher, you occasionally hear...
I'm working on it.
You occasionally hear the term Baroness von Richter.
She waves that off and greets everybody by name.
And they all greet, and they're excited, moving forward. And thank goodness you're here. We knew you would come straight away, ma'am. And Freyan, as some of them say, as they're moving you along. And all of them are looking not suspicious, just awkward and looking around. It's like, get her to the palace, get her to the palace or to the castle. And so they're moving you up this path. And there's like, you're used to being popular in the town. Sarah was more so, but ever since Sarah passed, you kind of gained that in their eyes. Like you were the future of the family. And they were all paying attention to you, but this is different. The way they're looking at you now, there's a lot of, you see fear, but the kind of, not fear of you, but like they've been afraid and you are the relief of that fear as you are moving up.
It's okay. She as we're moving up, she's very confused as to what all the hubbub is, but there's several families or several individuals. She'll press a few coins into their palm. Just Zoel spreads. What is going on? Everyone is so concerned.
You run into one girl who is about your age, who you would often speak to about things, and you always knew that she was let's call her Erica. And Erica, named for your father, Erica von Richter. She kind of sees you and gives you a full-on hug as you're coming around. It's so good that you're back. We'd heard that they'd sent word.
I have not gotten any word. I've been traveling.
Yeah, well, I thought it's strange you came back. Maybe there's something to the prophets after all, if you're already here.
What is happening?
I feel like it's not my place to say. They will tell you when you get up there. We're all behind you, though.
Erica, is it something with my father?
And you see the confirmation on her face.
She turns and looks at Demetrius. I am sorry, and runs.
Yeah, damn it.
We're in the city.
Demetrius is keeping up. I imagine everyone else is keeping up too. I don't think Nikoletta has a higher athletics than anyone else.
No, absolutely not.
So,
it's not hard to keep up with her.
They're like, Nikoletta, wait. Oh, I'm already here.
Oh, that's right. Your sport. Forgot.
Wait for me. I got little legs.
You get up, and the massive gates to the castle open. A lot of other castles and stuff like this have smaller doors that are easily opened. Not this one, never this one. The smaller doors are a weakening of the defense, and not for any reason ever. That has always been the von Richter policy. You come, and the massive doors pull open, and word is coming through, Nikoletta, and occasionally, Baroness. And as an old man comes forward, Heinrich, your family seneschal for years, was one of your main educators, was one of your father's main educators, has been loyal to the family for a very long time. And he steps forward.
Heinrich.
Lady Nikoletta.
What has happened? We
have not been able to locate your father.
Locate?
He's been missing for a couple of weeks.
Where was he last seen?
In his rooms, in his study. He was giving the normal orders for the night, and then in the morning he was gone. It is entirely possible that you are now the Baroness von Richter.
You know my father as well as I do. He is not dead. I will find him, and I'll figure out what is going on.
Madam.
Heinrich,
we need to consider the possibility.
I will not hear it! Do you understand me?
You always said to make sure you were prepared when the time came.
It was not meant to be this soon. He is not dead.
And with that, we are going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you so much to Basics of the Game for hosting us. Thank you for Dragon of the Dark Rose for producing us. And thank you so much to all of my players who want to kick my ass right now. And until next time, keep playing more games.